Mr Coburn, you're the last person.
Thank you, Madam Vice-Chairman. Kind of you as always. Well, let's start off by Mr Huckton, who a very dear friend of mine, although we completely disagree on everything. Mr Huckton, your party, the Scottish National Party, want to hand over Scotland's fishing to the European Union. You're not a nationalist party, you are a European party, so that's all nonsense. As for Senor Sergio Santos and Mr Corbett, it is a well-established principle of British law and freedom that no Parliament can bind its successor. It follows that we have the freedom of action and will not be bound by EU interpretation of the last century's views of what we discussed and did together. As for the incompetent present government currently negotiating Brexit, the current Prime Minister will not survive long after Brexit, and as I said, no British Parliament can bind its successor. So there we are, Mrs Mubarak, so Baroness Mubarak, so that's your leader. Mr Corbett's relish in British fishermen continuing to be done down says more about Mr Corbett than anything else. The House of Lords, for those who brought that up, may I say, is not elected, is a revising chamber, and you get there by being born into it or being a chum of the Prime Minister, and we all know what that means. As for Northern Ireland, it has nothing to do with the European Union. It is not your business to interfere. Otherwise, why don't we interfere in Catalonia? And let's see how much you like that, and I'm sure you will not. As for Madame Redas, well, she seems to hate the British, but she wants us to stay in, so I don't get that. That's very weird indeed. This paper is a British government paper. It's a sort of let's think about things paper. It's not law. It's not what it's going to be. As I said, no Parliament can bind a successor, and it just shows their intention to legislate and that and to take control of our waters. And this should be good. Well, we want to take back our waters. Provided what it does say on the tin that that's what they want to do, then DEFRA is headed, quite frankly, in the right direction. My message to you, ladies and gentlemen, is hands off our waters, and please understand the time has come for you to stop telling us what to do with our fishing grounds. What you need to do is negotiate with us fairly, not the way that Mr Verhofstadt and his chum, Mr Barnier, are behaving, in a way that turns British people off and turns us into your enemies. It's a very bad idea. You sell more things to us than we buy from you, so it's in your interest to make sure you keep in a good trade deal with us, not the other way around. And as for wanting to have fish on your plate, your paella in the south of Spain, an awful lot of it comes from Scotland. So, quite frankly, you'd be better off keeping in with us. Otherwise, Spanish holiday resorts are going to be very miserable places to go. Thank you very much.